It's not that the hard times made you stronger, it's that you were already strong and the hard times made you prove it. Hello everyone, thank you so much for joining me here today. If you're new, I'm Amanda. Welcome to the channel where we are all about shattering the mental health stigma. If you haven't already, please make sure you make sweet, sweet love to that subscribe button. Give the bell a few kisses so you're not missing any of this content designed to help you with your mental health or help you help someone else. Today I'm going to be going back to Korn, reacting to the song Daddy. I've been listening to Korn for years. As a matter of fact, I just went to a Korn concert a few weeks ago with a community member here, a new friend of mine, and I loved it, but I've never heard this song. I've been told by the people requesting it. It's been requested a lot in the comments, and I've been told it's pretty heavy, so I'm bracing myself for that. Before we dive into the reaction, I know that the holiday season is upon us. For a lot of people, this can be a time of joy, but for others, it can be a source of immense anxiety or heightened grief if we've lost someone. And it's okay if you need help navigating through this time. That's where the sponsor of today's video, BetterHelp, comes in. With BetterHelp, you get access to licensed therapists who understand your unique needs. And I don't know about you, but when I was really struggling the most with my mental health, this time of year made me not want to leave my house. I did not want to go out and see happy people. I did not want to go out and see all the lights, all the presents, all the joy, all of those things felt very patronizing to me. So I just really didn't want to leave my house at all. The fact that BetterHelp provides convenient, confidential, professional counseling from the comfort of your own home is huge as it is, but during this time of year, for someone who might really be struggling, I think it's an even bigger deal. So whether you need help through the holiday season or through a longer season of your life, visit BetterHelp today. As a special gift to my viewers, BetterHelp is offering 10% off your first month of professional therapy by going to betterhelp.com/Amanda Webster. That's betterhelp.com/Amanda Webster. Thanks again so much for BetterHelp for sponsoring this video. Now let's get on to the reaction. Duly noted. What am I getting myself into?
Mother, please forgive me. I just had to get out all my pain and suffering. Now that I am done, remember I will always love you. I'm your son. Child, looking so pretty, come out and play. I'll be
is the first time in my life that I am happy that this is not a music video, that it's a lyric video. I didn't see a music video. If one exists, I didn't see it. If it did, I don't think I could handle it. I can barely handle the lyrics. It's really not sitting well with my inner mama wolf right now. I physically feel nauseous. I physically feel ill just having the visualization to begin with, but the part about screaming and not being heard followed by not being a liar. I think the screaming could be literal while the act is happening. I can't believe we're having this conversation. But I think it's more the soul screaming for someone to see the pain that they're forced to hide and do something to stop it, to intervene. They want someone to intervene because oftentimes they're told, don't tell anybody, or followed by XYZ threat. That really upsets them. But I think the second part is a reflection that people, especially children, often aren't believed when they come forth. And because 90% of child sexual abuse is committed by someone that they know, unfortunately. Other adults that are close, in the close proximity, that are going to be in that inner circle too, they might be in denial that the perpetrator could do such a thing, or for whatever reason that makes me incredibly stabby homicidal, they might want to protect the perpetrator over the child. I need to pause. First of all, that is an excellent question. Why? Or from my perspective, it's more like how. How could you sit by and watch something like that happen to your child? I can wrap my mind around someone not bonding with their child, or I can even understand someone not wanting their child. I cannot understand watching someone that's not even your child, just watching a child. Oh my God, I can't say it. I can't say it. I can't go there. You know what I'm talking about, obviously, but I can't wrap my mind around it. And I can wrap my mind around some pretty dark, crazy, messed up things. I've told my 13-year-old son many times, if anything ever happened to you, if someone ever hurt you, Saw would look like a Disney movie. There would be no police call, there would be nothing. That person would never be found. Period. End of story. I really liked the descent into the mania. I liked how he was getting more and more unhinged, releasing more and more of that trauma, is how I heard it, when his voice was just getting more and more manic like that. Usually, when songs are really repetitive and long like this, I have to be honest, I find them stale and I get weary just listening to them. But I hear this from the perspective of a child, and a child isn't going to have an extensive vocabulary. These are questions that I imagine any child in this situation asks. And to see someone else asking them, asking these same questions, I imagine is relieving in some teeny tiny minuscule way. But I feel like it's also poetic, being repetitive, because the trauma of sexual abuse at any age really can cause intrusive and repetitive thoughts. So I think it fits here. I'm not exaggerating. That was literally the most disturbing song I've ever heard in my entire life, but it's necessary. I hate anything that makes me think of how prevalent child sexual abuse is. Because last I checked, it was 1 in 4 girls and 1 in 13 boys. And that's only what's reported, which is estimated to be about 1 in 3 cases. And I I think the slew of cursing at the end was also necessary. As someone who is a sexual assault survivor myself, it wasn't child sexual abuse. I had a wonderful upbringing with wonderful parents. That never was a problem in my life, but I was sexually assaulted as a teenager and again in my 20s. And yeah, that's pretty accurate to the thoughts that went through my head. But the fact that in the beginning, it's, I still love you, mom. That's pretty reflective of a lot of children that go through this. Even in their adult years, they still love that person and they still in some way crave that love either from them or in a way that provides them that relationship they never had, that parental protection relationship that they never had. So kudos to him. Kudos to the people that can still feel love despite all of that pain. I just feel pure and adulterated hatred right now. But when something traumatic happens, when you're betrayed by a person you should be able to trust, when you're violated in the worst way, it's ugly, it's insidious, and your reaction does not need to be pretty. Your reaction does not need to be butterflies and rainbows and forgiveness. And if you do get to a point of forgiveness, that's great. But with that end where there was just a lot of cursing and his pure unfiltered thoughts, it's okay to have those thoughts. It's okay to completely go off the rails in your mind as far as just put that hatred somewhere. This is actually a really healthy thing that he found a way to channel this in a way that can help other people. So in a way that can get it out of him, but also in a way that others can relate to. I remember writing about my experience, and as hard as it was to do that, once I got through it, it was okay, now it's out of my head. It's not in there anymore. It's somewhere else. So it felt like taking it outside of me, so that it wasn't festering in there as much. And it took some processing for sure, but that was really helpful. So I think that that is something that can very much help process this kind of trauma, is just by getting it all out. I would suggest writing all of it out and then burning it if you feel comfortable with that. But then there's this significant tonal shift that I think shows the complexity of processing trauma. On one hand, it's a juxtaposition of innocence and pain. It could be a desperation to see mom as the symbol of safety. It has that religious sound to it. So it could be this quest to find hope or to seek salvation, to question God. I mean, that's also a fair thing that a lot of people who've gone through this kind of thing do, is say, how could you let this happen to me? I won't get into my personal opinion on that, but I will say that I think it's very justified to have those kinds of thoughts and those kinds of questions, because it's just another figure that you feel should be protecting you that isn't, that's allowing this to happen, that's watching and allowing it to happen. It contrasts so sharply though, and creates almost a dreamlike ending, I think, that because I heard this from the perspective of a child, I hear it as an attempt to escape reality and create a false sense of love and security. That's kind of what I was getting from the ending, and maybe there's different interpretations to that, but that's how I interpreted it. So yeah, when you said that it was a little heavy, people were saying, oh, this song's a little heavy, be aware when you listen to it. That's not a little heavy. That is incredibly, incredibly disturbing and upsetting. I'm glad that we could get through this together. I hope that in some way it offers some kind of solace if this is something you have gone through. I do want to say that if you ever need to message me, you can go over on my Instagram, send me a message. I'd be happy to talk to you. I know that things like this, sometimes you just need someone who will listen. Sometimes you might not feel comfortable sharing your story, but if you do, please make sure that you are sharing your stories here in the comments. Good, bad, and crazy, and incredibly traumatic. That's how we shatter the mental health stigma, is by talking about it. Like, I'm assuming that this is a true account of Jonathan's life, which I did not know. that he went through this, but I'm assuming that this is an account that's true to his life. And in sharing this with other people, he has made who knows how many people feel less alone. I think this video had several million views, so probably millions of people feel less alone. And by, like I said, getting it out of ourselves and putting it somewhere else, be it in the comment section, be it in my Instagram inbox, be it on paper and burn it, it can be incredibly cathartic. So good, bad, and crazy. Share your mental health stories. Make sure you give this video a thumbs up, and we're gonna say a thumbs up because someone was brave enough to put this out there, not because the content of the video is something that deserves a thumbs up. But give this video a thumbs up, share it. You never know who might need to see this, who is suffering in silence. I love you guys so very, very much, and I see you, I hear you, and I believe in you. Mwah.